2 months ago, I began a series where me and a group of friends colloquially known as Guild Age attempted to play Gregtech New Horizons. If you recall, the goal was to spend thousands of hours to obtain the impossibly expensive Stargate made from billions of blah blah blah. And we left off obtaining the healing axe, which was followed by a very long period of silence from this one-episode series. But what has happened in these past 2 months? And why have I been so quiet about this server? The main reason for my own inactivity on Gregtech New Horizons was that I had been too focused on playing Nomi Factory, which is now also put on hold due to boredom. But let's get to the main point of this video. What have the Guild Age members accomplished while I was gone? As it turns out, a lot. Since we had a healing axe, we could now focus on industrial tasks rather than eating food every 0.6 nanoseconds. So we decided it was time to move into the Steam Age. But first, we needed a suitable base. The group decided that this front lawn was not fit for us. So a few explorers ventured off into the unknown and found this gigantic mountain. And we had an idea. We could excavate approximately 500 bajillion out of this mountain to create some sort of mountain base. And the person to do this task would be the Realm 7, who would sacrifice several days going insane to dig out a suitable base for us to industrialize. The result was 2 hangars connected by a bridge in the middle. And on the inside, everyone else was rebuilding the new Factory 2.0. As you may recall, the team was made out of Life on Top, Bog Soul, D4, and a few others. But as we went on, a few other friends got invited, such as Beanie and a guy known as Sailor. And they were all focusing on different tasks. But the most infamous grinder was Life on Top. He may have been Russian, but his time zone was global. And he was responsible for most of the industrialization we did in the Steam Age. And as a reward for his hard work, we kept adding him back to the group whenever he tried to leave us. And by the next day, this is what Life on Top had accomplished. He had built several water pumps to magically obtain water in this desolate icy wasteland mountain range. These would be boiled into steam using charcoal as fuel. And this charcoal originates from several trillion coke ovens that were burning several quadrillion sacred oak woods that were homegrown at the old base. And this steam would be used to power steam machinery. This steam machinery would be used to create our first electrical machines at the low voltage tier. And these would also be powered by steam turbines, which consume trillions of steam to rotate something to generate a little bit of electricity. So we spammed these everywhere along with tens of various basic machines ranging from assemblers to alloy smelters to yummy chemical reactors. But with low power comes great responsibility. These electrical machines could explode on 5 million conditions, which include overheating, waterlogging, electrical overload, and other stuff. But when handled correctly, these electrical machines could produce several hundreds of new products to proceed towards the next tier of machines, medium voltage machinery. But these required several new materials, such as aluminum. You would think that such a material would be made from technological metallurgical processes. But Gregtech New Horizons wasn't only about technology, because there was also magic. And most of the team despised dealing with the magic mods in this mod pack. The exception, however, was D4. He did nearly all of the magic and exploration that was necessary to commence forth into medium voltage. This included opening a dimensional rift into the Twilight Forest, which was the beginning of the infamous mod known as Thaumcraft. According to various primary sources and first-hand entries collected from this Discord chat, Thaumcraft was absolute torture to quote-unquote play with, and we owe D4 our eternal gratitude for dealing with this. But what does this have to do with aluminum? Apparently, in the Twilight Forest, there was this underground material called cryolite, which I mined. This cryolite will be used in the infamous Hull Herald process, where alumina is dissolved in molten cryolite to obtain pure reduced aluminum. And this also needed an electric blast furnace. This electric blast furnace wasn't simply a one-block machine. It was, according to my calculations, a 34-block machine. To be specific, 16 cupro-nickel coils, several heat-proof casings, and a few hatches to interact with this. And this team split up to deal with making all of these. Besides actually making the electric blast furnace, we would have to find some way to power it. Several different people had several different ideas, and they all conflicted with each other. In the end, the result of this online argument was that we somehow powered this using some incredibly scuffed method. And we managed to smelt aluminum for medium voltage machines. It was at this moment that two people, known as Beanie and Sailor, joined the server out of an incredible desire to waste hundreds of hours with us. Here's what they did. D4 had just finished several things in Minecraft that nobody else understood. So I assumed that it was probably just some magic research that had something to do with this thing called aspects in Minecraft. This was apparently useful, and led to another thing called botany, and also apparently flight was related. But not only did Gregtech New Horizons have technology and magic, it had magical technology. And I guess this included bee breeding. Apparently, by using the power of forestry bees, you could get bees to grow infinite materials ranging from simple aluminum to infinity neutronium supercosmic blah blah blah. And Beanie knew how to do this. He was an enthusiast of genetic improvement and controlled breeding. But only in Minecraft, not to be confused with real life. Sailor had warned us about this bee breeding behavior. But it was too late. Beanie had been integrated into our society. But who is the infamous Sailor? He is a man with an infamous sleep schedule known as the everyman sleep grinding alpha male schedule. This enabled him to play Gregtech New Horizons for 72 hours at a time, while minimizing useless sleep. Science had gone too far in real life. But in Gregtech, science had not gone far enough. As we steamrolled through the steam age and blowed through low voltage, we had been collecting loot bags that were given to us as rewards for completing various progression points. But each member on our team could claim their own reward. Since we had about 6 members, this meant that for each quest that was completed, 6 rewards could be claimed in total by the whole team. And in these loot bags, were technological critical stuff that was crucial to our society. You see, there is this thing called applied energistics too. And it allowed us to solve all of our storage problems that were caused by this garbage storage system. And apparently, by spam claiming applied energistics to loot bags, we had a chance at getting the jackpot, which was the matter energy system controller. This was basically gambling. And to help us obtain an obscene amount of loot bags, this player called Zoz would log in for the first time in a month, and proceeded to be the chosen one who would get the matter energy controller. We built the new storage system. And then Zoz quit the server and was never seen again. This led to several funny reactions from Gregtech New Horizons players. And I admit that this playthrough has not been very serious. But from this point on, my recollection of what happened on the Guild Age Gregtech SMP is very unclear due to my inactivity. But as a wise man once said, sometimes you must stop the gaming, to appreciate the gaming even more. And I will try my best to summarize what happened ever since the Zoz incident. To the side of the mountain, a massive farm had been made. Analysis of this found footage on Discord reveals absolutely nothing about what exactly it was growing. But it did reveal a slight mistake. At this point, Sailor and Beanie were the 2 main grinders on this server. And at some point in time, they upgraded from steam to diesel as the fuel source for the electrical source of the space. And this would lead us into high voltage. Apparently, Guild H had gone to the moon, using this artificial construct known as a rocket. This implies that high voltage and probably extreme voltage technology had been acquired. Sailor and Beanie were still handling everything on the server. And everyone else was inactive. Beanie would leave shortly after to play a game known as RuneScape. And Sailor would also leave due to unknown reasons. The Guild Age server had died. Apparently, something had happened. The base was now in this place called the Void Dimension. And some more rocket stuff had occurred. And stuff happened. I am pretty sure they were an insane voltage or something. And more magic stuff was acquired. In summary, something had indeed happened on the server, and someone had done it. Iridium was also real, which was a sign of impressive technological progress. That will be all for this entry. The following footage was obtained when a mysterious satellite crashed in Silicon Valley. Initial analysis reveals that the satellite is a spherical construct 8 meters in diameter, made out of quantum-stabilized mendelevium carbide. NASA replay footage reveals that this satellite had gone undetected for 4.5 billion years, and that its orbit had begun to decay in 2017. X-ray scattering spectroscopy and radiometric isotopic analysis reveals that the age of this satellite is approximately 50 quadrillion years old. And upon using a laser to slice open the satellite, scientists found several hard drives containing a heavily corrupted Minecraft world containing a successfully constructed Stargate, along with several terabytes of files in MP4 format, which were compatible with modern video playing technology. This is what they showed upon viewing in Windows Media Player. The year is 2025. Most of Guild H have either graduated, disappeared, or become billionaires. We had all gone our own ways. But I go by lots of names, must end what Guild H have started. I have been recording thousands of hours of footage, which I shall store in these hard drives for future generations to view. In these past few months, the creators of this mod pack, including Dream Master XXL, had gone insane. The mod pack version is now 5.3.4.0. And I am currently obtaining quantum vortex spacetime manipulators to craft a new stone pickaxe. The base has recently reached the ultra extreme voltage tier, which began when I obtained my first transmutation tesseract cuboid galactic megastructure MK9. And I shall be using it to get 8 multiverses per 5 picoseconds per Gallifreyan protonic microchips, for the photonic super wafer circuit supercomputer. This was torture. But I must persevere. Estimated time until Stargate is obtained has been recalculated to about 5 years, or about 40,000 hours. I will see everyone on the other side. This is I go by lots of names speaking. The initial predictions were wrong. Dream Master XXL had updated the game to version 250.3.2.5. There were now 60 voltage tiers, 5,000 planets to explore, 30 billion different items to automate, and 1 million hours of new content. Most of it had been generated by ChatGPT-9. And the Stargate now needed 6 trillion items and 2 million hours of playtime to achieve. I am not sure if I can make it. But I have already gone this far. I am currently orbiting multi-reality SK5 to process omniversal 6-dimensional astronomical constant constructs for the K-dimensional reality ending probability generator. And I had been clicking this lever for 10 weeks at this point. The grind must go on. The suffering must continue. The factory must grow. Hello everyone. I go by lots of names. My mind is currently uploaded to an Amazon brain chip so I can continue playing Gregtech New Horizons for the rest of eternity. Dream Master XXL is supposedly gone, and most developers and players had moved on to explore the newly connected Mars in real life. ChatGPT-18 is still updating the game on behalf of Dream Master's spiritual construct. And the Stargate was basically impossible now. Getting all the materials needed now required 50 million years, according to several calculations. This was mainly due to the 50-dimensional monster group reality reconstruction chambers. Simply explaining how to get those would take 2 weeks of non-stop explanation. But I had a plan to circumvent this. According to several classical human scientists from the primitive 21st century, there was this phenomenon called the cosmic ray bit flip. Apparently, stray particles originating from outer space could penetrate electronics and cause single-event upsets, which randomly changed singular bits in data storage. But since everything in Minecraft was stored as data in ones and zeros, So theoretically, it was possible that a large amount of cosmic rays would spontaneously modify the data in my world save to cause a Stargate to appear in my inventory. Of course, the odds of this happening successfully are cosmologically abysmally low. So here's what I did to counter that. I bought 8 zillion zettabytes worth of hard drives from the Intergalactic Amazon Federation. And I duplicated my GTNH world save 300 quintillion times to fill up all of the hard drives, before launching them into orbit around the Sun. This is to maximize the possibility of a favorable cosmic ray bit flip on at least one of these world saves. Now all I had to do was to use social engineering to start a war between the United Continents and the Martian Triumvirate, to force the cosmological AI leaders to ignite an artificial solar flare, to cause an immense amount of cosmic rays to land on all my hard drives, to increase the odds of getting a Stargate from single event upsets. So I will see you all on the other side. This is an automated message. If you are viewing this automatically generated video recording, it means that nobody has logged on to any of the 300 quintillion Gregtech New Horizons world saves for the last 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 100,000 Googleplex years. As an information summarization AI model, I will now access the event logs contained within this station. It appears that a great galactic war has been started by I go by lots of names after he pointed out a grammatical error in the latest constitutional edit made by the United Continents. This led to the activation of Protocol H, which led to an unprecedented solar flare being unleashed upon the solar system. Out of the original 300 quintillion backups of the Gregtech New Horizons world, only 3 quadrillion remain. And as an information summarization AI model, I shall now scan all 3 quadrillion of these saves to check if there are any Stargates. It appears that save number 5.9 trillion has a Stargate at x equals 5 million, z equals 9 million. I go by lots of names plan is determined to be successful in producing a Stargate. Proof of this accomplishment, along with all stored video logs, shall be relayed to alternate realities through Wormhole Generator B, which has a 99.8% chance of leading to Earth in 4.5 billion BC, for humans to discover in 2024. This has been an automated message. And this automated message shall end, with a reminder to smash the like and subscribe button for more gaming. And goodbye.